Now in this video, I want to highlight the importance of testing DOM events. So we have this functionality right here, this autocomplete field, where I can essentially search for any stock ticker that I want. And as you see, as I type things in, I get suggestions based on what I typed in. Now the specific functionality is, if I just were to press down on the return or enter key, then it should make the very first selection. I shouldn't have to click. If I just press enter right away, I should get the very first selection, and that is meta. So that is the feature that we want to test. And I want to show you the importance of testing such a functionality and what can go wrong if you don't. So here you see, this is the function that handles, that performs the feature that you just saw. Handle key down. And essentially here, it's saying if the key that was pressed was an enter, then get the first suggestion and then make that our selection right here. Problem is though, this code right here, this line that I'm highlighting, it seems very arbitrary. It's highly dependent on an API. In this case, the official DOM spec, the official DOM API here, where this code, it's hard-coded string right here, it is very easy to mismanage this code. If a developer comes in here, it's bound to cause a lot of confusion if they are not familiar with the specific API or spec of the DOM event, the handling of the DOM event. You see, before this, you used to have it like key code equals 13. This too is pretty arbitrary. I mean, this is again bound to cause confusion. You have a magic number here, 13, and again, it can be mismanaged. It is vulnerable for mismanagement if the code is arbitrary like this. So in the very least, what you want to do is perhaps write comments here. You want to, and more importantly, test this. So here is the test for what I just talked about, where I'm saying press enter makes the first selection. What we're doing here is we are simulating the typing event. So the user types in a specific, to be specific, it is the on change event. Type is just an abstraction. And then from there, we are simulating the key down event where the user presses an enter key. And then from there, we are validating whether the callback that we called was called with the very first suggestion in our list. This is the test that captures this functionality, this function that we just saw right here. So again, if this code were to be mismanaged, let's say I'm just going to do a mismanagement like that, where I'm just going to make the E a lowercase e. I want to show you our failing test, how exactly it captures that mismanagement. You see right here, press enter makes first selection. That test failed. So of course, it is important to test every single pure function and more or less your functionality of your components. But here I'm highlighting the specific importance of testing this seemingly arbitrary DOM functionality. A lot of times developers get lazy and they don't test the DOM functionality because it's more of a pain to test such functionality here, and it may be seen as something to manually test. However, you can definitely test this in code, as I just showed you right here, and it's important to test it in code, as the code can be arbitrary, can cause confusion, can be mismanaged. So I hope that makes sense. Hope it's clear. You should see all the tests passing now, and that's that.